What's happening, Who Dat Nation? Welcome into a live edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports. No matter where you are or how you're watching, we always appreciate the Who Dat Nation for making us a part of their Wednesday, but especially making us a part of their day every single day. As we put out content multiple times a day, all throughout the week, live shows, regular 10 to 15-minute videos, and of course, short-form content. We do it all here at Chat Sports. So if this is your first live show, welcome in. If this is the first time you've seen Saints Now, welcome to the squad. And if you are ready for the live show to get going, stand up and get crunk. Give me a who dat down in the comment section. If you can comment, it's because you're subscribed. If you can't, hit the sub button, refresh the page, and give me a who dat down below. What's going on to Christian? Watch the film. Hey, watch the film. I see you on Twitter, always in my mentions. Good to see you in the YouTube comment section as well, my friend. Pretzel, no. We're not lying. You did not wake up from a nightmare. You are not in hell. The Saints, they decided to get the keys to a rusty car, drive that down a highway to hell, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We also got to give a shout-out to Kyron, Kimberly, Chip. Watch the film, says, love you, Triz. I love you too, brother. Jerry G, what's going on, my friend? Aaron, Jaden, Calvin, Pretzel, Praise YJ, Chip, Travis, Mr. Filmer, thank you so much for tuning in. Justin Cash. We also got Inno, Ricky, Troy Rivers, Jerry G holding it down in the comment section as always. Rico the GOAT, Jim Edwards, Kathleen, Sear Miller, Mir Comet, Jaden, Jerry G. Come on, keep this comment section rolling, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up icon and like the video. All right, impossible challenge. Say something nice about the Falcons. Impossible challenge. You have to say something nice. You have to at least, no, let me rephrase. You have to at least try. So this is going to be me trying. Dear Atlanta, I think that it is absolutely amazing and absolutely hysterical that you guys blew the 28-3 lead. So from Saints fans in the Who Dat Nation everywhere, I just got to say, that is awesome. That is hilarious. And there's only one team that is capable of mastering and achieving such a feat, and that is the Atlanta Falcons. So, impossible challenge completed from your boy. Praise YJ, give me a 28-3. Mere Comet going 28-3. Pretzel saying they have nice colors. I will say I really like the red uniform, or the red I'm an idiot. Red helmet with the black throwback jerseys. I love that uniform. I think it is a good color combo for him. Remember 28-3. Falcons are choke artists from Jerry G. They do have a nice stadium. I'll give them that. It is a pretty stadium. Too bad the best thing in that stadium is their soccer team. Archangel says he loves the Saints and they're his favorite team and he thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl. Christian says he likes Matt Ryan. Hey, yeah, I'll say Matt Ryan. He got sacked. Cam Jordan sacked him more than sacked any other quarterback, so that's pretty cool. Bijan is good. I do think Bijan is good. I also do think Tyler Algier is a good football player as well. I would, secret time, I'd do anything to have Tyler Algier on my roster. Here you go. PTB says they have good-looking cheerleaders. We'll agree to disagree. I think Saints cheerleaders are much more attractive. Best cheerleaders, it's an obvious one. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Fun fact, one of my childhood friends, I grew up here in Dallas, one of my childhood friends, he is married to a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. So, he won. He won life. So, unfortunately, nothing any of us in this room will ever do will ever beat the fact that my buddy has a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader as his wife. That just literally, nothing can top that. You win every edition of Top That Story. You win every edition of I'm Better Than. It's incredible. All right. Woo, 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 woo. 112 people watching right now. How many likes can we pick up in 90 seconds? We're in a like spike. Hit the thumbs up icon. Can we get to 50 likes? We're at 112. I need your help. Come on, Who Dat Nation. Let's get to 50 likes ASAP. We're at 31, but keep on going. Like spike, like spike, like spike, like spike, like spike, like spike, like spike. We're at 43 likes. Don't stop. We need 60 more seconds. We need more. Come on. Come on. We're almost done with the like spike. Keep liking the video. Keep smashing that thumbs up icon. Spam those hearts in the message. Come on, get loud, Who Dat Nation. We're at 50 likes. Can we get to 60? Can we get to 60? You got 40 seconds. We need 9 more likes. 40 seconds. 9 likes. Can we do it? We need 5 more. Come on, Who Dat Nation. 5 more likes. 5 more likes. 5 more likes. We have 20 seconds remaining in the like spike. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up icon. Guess what? If you're watching on TV, you can still like the video. Take your remote, click up on the button a couple times, scroll on over to the thumbs up icon, and click that son of a gun. 64 likes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And all righty, we picked up over 50 likes in that like spike. Absolutely love it. So let's keep this thing rocking and rolling. If you want to get on the show, use hashtag Saints. Better yet, send in a super chat. If you want to get on the program, you have a hot take, you have a question, a trade idea, a draft target, a cut candidate, literally anything about my personal life. You can ask me whatever you want. Use hashtag Saints. You have to use hashtag Saints. Otherwise, our software will not recognize it. The only way to get around it is by sending a super chat. $2 or more, you can include a message. So if you send in a super chat, you skip the line. We show you a little extra love. And, of course, we like to have a little bit of fun if we get the super chats rolling. So keep this thing moving. If you want to get on the program, use hashtag Saints. I saw Jason Hampel get a question in early. Siku has a question. Travis Hill saying sign to MVS. Well, hey, use hashtag Saints, Travis Hill, if you'd like to get on the show. Yeah, we'll do a mailbag, an entire segment. Also, use hashtag Saints. What do you think about Derek Carr sticking around in New Orleans? Reports are that the Saints are running it back with Carr. Use hashtag Saints and share your thoughts on that. I want to hear from so many of you because if you tell us what you think about Derek Carr and you think about this sign or this decision to keep him around, we will 150,000% get you on the show. No questions asked. Lucas Kitts, $2 super chat. Text, let's pop that one up here whenever you get a second. LM Crawford saying Michael Penix turned out to be a good pick for the Falcons, though I hate to say it. Well, in case you didn't know, Michael Penix and Spencer Rattler had the same amount of wins. So I haven't seen him do anything. Sure, cool, a bunch of cool passes, some touchdowns, awesome. He hasn't won a game yet. Am I lying? No, I'm not. Not to mention 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 51 QBR. Again, you only saw him in a few games, but like if we're gonna sit here and say so you can't say Michael Penix is a great pick, just like you can't say Spencer Rattler's a bust. We haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough from either of them. So that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. But that's why you guys tune in, because you like my opinion, or at least you like hearing what my opinion is, because you like either thinking I'm wrong or you like agreeing with me, whatever. I don't really care, but I just appreciate you for tuning in no matter what. CTM, we also got a super chat coming in. We'll get you on the show as well. We have a couple super chats to hit, but our software is just kind of resetting. It takes a minute. See, Lucas Kitts, waffles or pancakes? Great question. I am a pancakes guy. However, let me tell you this. If we're going to Waffle House, I'm taking a Waffle House waffle over any of them. If I'm making them at home, I'm taking pancakes. But a Waffle House waffle it's the next best thing since sliced bread. Swear to God, it is absolutely incredible. Lucas, let me know in the comments what you prefer for your breakfast meals. CTM, on yesterday's video, you said comment your favorite CFB team, but then you said OK State sucks. Go Pokes. My favorite college football team is Arkansas. Oklahoma State sucks. Boo, OK State. Yeah, I stand by that. I don't like. They were terrible. They had no business beating Arkansas. For the record, they got handed a win on a silver platter because the refs were absolutely terrible that game. My little brother goes to Oklahoma State, so that's why I may have mentioned him a little bit more than other than Ollie Gordon draft in the mock draft. But yeah, I am not an Oklahoma State fan. I never have been. I never will be. I went to Arkansas. I will always be a Razorbacks fan. But CTM, I appreciate the super chat, and I will say this. If you're a student out there, go look for my little brother, Ty Girouard. He's a SIG app out there. Go hit him up. Yeah, go hit him up. Okay, go hit that nerd up. He thinks he's cool, and he thinks he's hot shit, but he isn't. He's not that cool. But CTM, if you're ever in Stillwater, let me know. I'll hook you up with my little brother, dude. Y'all can go grab some brewskis. All righty. No, come in like just generic L3. Yeah, you're good. You're good. All righty. We're going to get into it. We're starting things off with a Mel Kiper mock draft as he put out a new mock draft for round 1. We're going to dive into it, and we're going to have a good time talking all about it. What's going on with Arkansas basketball? They're bad. That's what's going on with them. I don't watch a lot of I just haven't watched a lot of Hogs hoops this year after they started going bad. It's been terrible. Coach Cal has not done a lot of great things. That being said, like they may backpedal their way into the tournament. That would be absolutely wild. I don't think they will, but yeah, like the resume, they beat Kentucky at Kentucky. Was it they beat Tennessee or something? Like they have like a bunch of random like ridiculously good wins that are like, what do you mean you've only won 3 SEC games? It's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's dive into it. I'm going to take a quick sip of water, lather the pipes, as they say. They lost to Auburn. Yeah, well, Auburn's the best team in the country. Also, F Auburn. My girlfriend's stepsister, she went to Auburn, and her stepsister's fiance went to Auburn or whatever. They're Auburn fans. Fuck Auburn. I hate Auburn. Terrible color scheme. What the hell is a War Eagle? You're Tigers. No, F Auburn. It's terrible school. It's terrible school. Nothing relevant about Auburn since Cam Newton. Just saying. But Courtney, I know you're an Auburn fan. That was more so me. I'm gonna clip that and send it to my girlfriend so she can send it to her family. I know you're an Auburn fan, Courtney. I was just having a little bit of fun. That being said, Courtney, Cam Newton, he was on this show called Special Forces. Yes, okay. So I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not gonna spoil a single thing whatsoever. TV recommendation from Trizzy to you guys if you need a show to watch, want a series. On YouTube TV, I think it's on like NBC or Peacock or one. It's on one of those like basic channels or whatever. It's called Special Forces, and what they do is they take celebrities and put them through Special Forces training. Cam Newton's in the last season. Super awesome. It was super fun to watch him in that. Des Bryant was in one of the seasons. Super electric. Saints legend, by the way. And then, Danny Amendola was in. Not Tyler Lockett. Golden Tate. Golden Tate was in this last season. It's sick, dude. It is so cool. Highly recommended if you guys need a TV show recommendation. That's what Maddie and I have been watching. Praise YJ says, number 9 will go to help Carr, Genty, T-Mac, or Tyler Warren. I think Tyler Warren because I don't think T-Mac will be available at 9, and I think the Saints can get a running back later. I think they would rather go Tyler Warren. And plus, there's been a lot of reports out there coming from the Combine that the Saints are very high on needing a tight end this year. So we'll have to see. But thank you guys for the super chats. We're going to get into the content now. Without further ado, Texer, whenever you're ready, my friend. What's happening, Saints fans? Welcome into another edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports. As always, I am your host, Trizzy Trace Girouard. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. For the show, we're going to dive into the latest mock draft from NFL Draft. I don't know what to call him, an expert, but NFL Draft analyst Mel Kiper Jr. as he released another mock draft ahead of the NFL Combine. So let's go ahead and waste no time. Here is how the first 8 picks shook out in Kiper's mock. So Abdul Carter actually going number 1 in this one, whereas the Titans in other mock drafts have been taking Travis Hunter, or they've been taking a quarterback between Shador or Cam Ward. So you see, things keep moving. Ashton Genty at number 6, Mason Graham at 5, Will Campbell at 4, Shador at 7. I mean, I'll just say it right now, there's a handful of really good options on the board. So let me just get your takes before I give you mine. Which one are you picking? Tyler Warren, Ted McMillan, Will Johnson, or Josh Simmons? Type 1, 2, 3, 4 or in the comment section. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. And without further ado, the pick is in from Mel Kiper. He selected Tyler Warren at number 9 for the New Orleans Saints, the Penn State tight end, the winner of the Mackey Award, which goes to the number 1 tight end in the country. And Tex, you can actually just go Cam Wright with the name badge on this, and we can keep this rolling. We do have a little bit of information from Mel Kiper about Tyler Warren, saying he's a very fun player to watch and he can do a little bit of everything. And honestly, I really like the idea of adding a player like Tyler Warren. He is a very talented prospect. He has a lot of pedigree. The size is off the charts. And, I mean, as Mel Kiper points out, you can line him up anywhere along the offense. It's absolutely incredible how versatile he is. And no matter where he was, he made plays for the Penn State Nittany Lions, racking up over 1,200 receiving yards on 104 catches. Tyler Warren has sure hands and the ability to pile up yards after the catch. So let's get to know Tyler Warren a little bit more as a draft prospect. 6'6", 257 pounds. He's an absolute behemoth of a human being. And, you know, I look to this size profile and I think, oh my goodness, I really want to see him in the red zone. You know, it is pretty interesting. 6'6", 257. You want to know who has a not exact profile, but similar? Jimmy Graham. He stands at 6 foot. I'm just making sure I have this correct. Yeah, he stands at 6'7", 265 pounds. So just barely a little bit bigger than Tyler Warren. And we know how good of a player Graham was for the black and gold. A lot of production for Tyler Warren. You can line him up anywhere. He's very talented as a pass catcher. That being said, you got to acknowledge the fact that you do need to see some improvement in run blocking. But, you know, in terms of being an offensive weapon, absolute legend, absolutely great selection. That being said, if you want him to be like a do-it-all tight end, maybe not the route you want to go just because the run blocking could get a little bit, or could use a little bit of improvement. But Mel Kiper continued to say that Juwan Johnson's hitting free agency, and obviously Taysom Hill is recovering from a torn ACL. Tight end is a big-time position in need for the New Orleans Saints. New coach Kellen Moore has traditionally leaned on the tight end position with his offenses as well. So, you know, just a couple things I want to get into and just kind of a couple opinions I have. That's a good pick, in my opinion, in terms of tight end. I don't know if I would have done it at number 9. Just my take. I'll tell you exactly what I would have done here in a second. But just to finish off my opinions here, I like the idea of Tyler Warren. I think he is a good football player. Dallas Goedert was a very prominent part of the offense in Philadelphia. And, you know, we also saw reports from John Hendricks coming from the Combine that the Saints view tight end as a big-time need. So that is something worth considering. That's something worth mentioning. And, you know, I think tight end is a big-time position in need. But who would I have picked? I'll let you know here in just a second. But really quick, got to tell you guys about the best sponsor in the whole wide world. It's Tushy Bidets. I absolutely love Tushy. You want to know why? Because they help clean up a crappy situation. And quite frankly, the New Orleans Saints should probably put a handful of these in the locker room because they're in a pretty crappy one if you don't, if I do say so myself. Me in January, I was saying, man, I'm going to eat more veggies. I'm going to go work out more. And, you know, I'm going to get to bed a little bit earlier. However, now we're here in February, and I'm just saying, man, I would just wish my asshole would stop burning when I go to the bathroom. So I'll tell you what, Tushy Bidets, they help clean up after all my bullshit. And I've told you about Tushy before, but let me tell you about the Tushy Wave Bidet. It took me only about 10 minutes to install, and I've been able to save a lot of money on toilet paper. And gonna just keep it real with you, I feel so squeaky clean. I can't make it up. Some of the guys here at Chat Sports have literally hit me up to come over to my apartment just to take my Tushy Wave Bidet for a ride. Installation is super easy. Quite literally anybody can do it, including a Falcons fan. And it gives you 2-in-1 benefits: reducing irritation, preventing micro tears with soothing water instead of scratchy toilet paper or damaging wet wipes. Every Hello Tushy Bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. There's still time to get your ass right for life. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code CHAT at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code CHAT. That is a limited time offer, so use the link in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to Tushy. Keep that hiney shiny. So let's just kind of go back in time and revisit the players that were on the board. I mean, you had Ted McMillan, Will Johnson, Malachi Starks, Armand Membu, and Michael Williams, just to name a few. But then you also had a lot of other talent in on the defensive line. You had Emeka Egbuka. You had all these other players that you could have added. And, I probably would have gone Ted McMillan. At number 9, I just feel like that's incredible value. And that's not to say that I don't like the idea of drafting Tyler Warren, but, I just think at number 9, you're getting a steal for a generational player and a wide receiver that, quite frankly, I don't know how Mel Kiper had fall this. For the record, he had him fall all the way into the 20s. I believe he had the Chargers select him, which is absurd if you ask me. No question about it. Saints have a lot of needs. I think wide receiver is the biggest one of them, at least in the top 3. Maybe not the biggest, but it's in the top 3 in my opinion. And we saw what happened last year when you dealt with injuries. What happens when you don't invest in that position. We saw what happens when you don't have a lot of talent and a lot of depth. I mean, you lose Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave, and all of a sudden you're stuck with Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Cedric Wilson, Kevin Austin Jr., MVS. Bub Means wasn't even healthy for the whole season. Like, the Saints receiving leaders, it wasn't good. And just FYI, you're 15 yards short of replacing Chris Olave with MVS. So when it comes down to it, I just personally believe wide receiver is a big need. I mean, and I think Ted McMillan would be an excellent complement to Chris Olave, which is also an excellent complement to Rashid Shaheed. Because in my opinion, Rashid Shaheed is your downfield speedster. You can have Chris Olave be your route running technician, and Ted McMillan's your physical, big-bodied receiver who dominates over the middle. I think that wide receiver is a big-time need, and quite frankly, the Saints have to add to that position this offseason. Mickey Loomis has said multiple times they're going to be active in free agency. Maybe not making a lot of splashes, but they're going to be active. They got to add wide receivers in free agency. They have to add wide receivers in the draft. So if you agree with me, just type WR down in the comment section. And again, depth was a big, big concern at the wide receiver position in 2024. I mean, you didn't get a full season from 3 out of your top guys. Chris Olave, Bub Means, Rashid Shaheed, none of those 3 players were lined up or were suited up all year. And for what it's worth, these are the only 6 players you have under contract this upcoming season. So no MVS is not in the picture here. Mason Tipton, he was a UDFA that made the roster. Great story, don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for him to succeed, but you got to have better depth than Kevin Austin Jr., Mason Tipton, and Cedric Wilson. And I'll just say this, you can also add other quality tight ends later in the draft. I'm not saying you have to wait till day 3, but maybe you go get Ted McMillan in this mock draft here for Mel Kiper. Maybe you go and draft Ted McMillan at 9, and then in round 2, you go with one of these guys if they're available. I mean, to be totally honest, you could get a couple of these guys maybe even in round 3. I'm not going to say round 4, but shoot, maybe. I mean, Harold Fannin, absolute stud of a receiving tight end. Colston, Loveland, Gunnar Helm, Elijah Arroyo, Mason Taylor, all of those are really good options. And all of those players could add a new element to the Saints offense, and all of those players could be quality weapons in Kellen Moore's scheme. Just to round things out, my final thoughts are that I like the Tyler Warren pick. I really think that he could be an excellent weapon for the New Orleans Saints. And we also know for a fact that tight end is a big need. Look at what the Raiders did with Brock Bowers last year. Over 1,000 yards receiving. I love the idea of getting Tyler Warren, but, personally, if you're dead set on Tyler Warren, maybe trade back a couple picks, get another pick or 2 somewhere, and then pick him at like 15 or pick him at like 12 somewhere else. Like, maybe you run the risk of losing him to that spot. I also understand if that's your guy, just go get him. I personally believe that Tyler Warren you could possibly get not at number 9. So that's just my opinion. I like the pick again, but, I think at number 9, I just would have gone with Ted McMillan. So Mel Kiper Jr., appreciate the mock draft, but, that is still absurd that he fell to 22. Emeka Egbuka was the first receiver taken, and I think he was the first receiver taken. I don't know. Point being, Ted should not have fallen that far in this mock draft. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. Had a little bit of fun, talking some draft buzz. Really do appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking and rolling with us. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time. Ooh, yeah. No, you're good. As soon as I hard paused, I was like, I also forgot to say don't forget to subscribe, but oh well, it'd be like that. If they're still watching at that point, they should probably just subscribe anyway. Had to lather the pipes. Sorry there, folks. All right, we did get a $20 super chat from Dark Knight. Dark Knight, we'll pop that up here in just a second. Give us one moment. Dark Knight. I get the Derek Carr situation. I guess it's fine, but it's fine. What's going to make me upset is if we keep Carr and we get rid of our beloved Saints players like Jordan Hill and Davis. So I will tell you this, Dark Knight. For what it's worth, there is an expectation that guys like Cam, DeMario, and Tyrann Mathieu and Taysom, there's an expectation that they all still should be around next year. Two sides of this story, or two sides of the coin here. Get rid of aging veterans, you clear up cap space, you have hard conversations, you have to say goodbye to some fan favorite players, but you start doing right by the future of this organization. The other side is, you know it's going to be bad. You know it's going to take a few years to fix this. Might as well keep some fan favorites around, and also Derek Carr. I don't love it. I've already put out my video about it. Not a fan, but, you know, I don't make the decisions. I just talk about them. So, unfortunately, that's what we have to live with. But here we are. Here we are. Alrighty. One second. Let me just make sure we're good here. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. We're going to dive into it. Sorry, guys. Had to look up something really quick. Boom. Let's dive on in. Yes. Yes. So just remember that Prize Picks photo. Alrighty. Yep, that's the one. Both of them. Cool. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's rock and roll. We got QB rumors, QB discussion. I'm just going to say this right now because I'm not going to say it again. The part that we're about to film, I scripted before the announcement that Derek Carr was going to be returning. We haven't seen it officially, like, yes, he is here. We've restructured it. Like, they haven't made any changes, so technically the quarterback conversation is still open-ish. Not really, but sort of. So we're just going to get into it. Interesting content nonetheless. So without further ado, I hope you guys don't come for my throats on this one. It's content and it's a YouTube video. So, you know, let's have at it. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. For today's video, we're going to dive into the future at quarterback for the New Orleans Saints because this ESPN article, it recently came out, and it was predicting all 32 quarterbacks and all 32 starters across the National Football League. But then we also got a pretty interesting report around Derek Carr that he actually is likely to return to the New Orleans Saints. So we're going to dive into this, conflicting reports. I'm just going to say this. No restructures happened. No sort of information, no sort of like official, it is 100% Derek Carr is a starting quarterback. Like, that has not come out yet. So the conversation is still at least 2, 3, 4, 5% open, which means I'm going to talk about it. So what's the future with Derek Carr? Sounds like he's going to be staying. Sounds like he's going to be the quarterback this upcoming season. That being said, there is a conversation to be had that you save $30 million if you cut Derek Carr and designate him as a post-June 1 cut. When it comes down to the Saints and it comes down to next season, I mean, I understand that Mickey Loomis and Kellen Moore think that they can win with Derek Carr. I also can sit here and say that it's just very uninspiring and dull football. So until I'm proven wrong, I'm just going to sit here and say I don't love this decision. I don't love keeping Carr around. I do think that the Saints should explore maybe a trade, a post-June 1 trade or something. Maybe you explore something else. But, I mean, Nick Underhill was the one who reported it, that Derek Carr is likely going to be the QB next year. Again, nothing in here says it is officially official that it is 100% guaranteed Derek Carr will be the quarterback. I am acknowledging the fact Derek Carr likely will be the starter. That being said, ESPN thinks that may not be the case, so we're going to explore that, and we're going to dive into it, and we're going to talk about who the Saints could possibly get. And, you know, with Derek Carr sticking around, I'll say this, you better start winning games. If you have another season of 5 wins, that's not a good look. You better find a way to get double-digit wins. And I'm not even saying 500 is not enough for me. You better find a way to win the division, the weakest division in all of sports, with double-digit wins. I hope Kellen Moore and I hope Mickey Loomis are prepared to go down with the ship, because I don't love the idea of keeping Derek Carr around for the foreseeable future. He's just not a long-term option. Realistically, he's not. He's a short-term option to continue to stay competitive. I don't agree with it, though. I think that you had a great opportunity to reset everything and restart everything. But, you know, we're going to talk about what could happen with Derek Carr. We're going to talk about other options and what ESPN thinks is going to happen. Really quick, got to give a big-time shout-out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks is the best daily fantasy sports platform in all of America, and it is amazing how useful it is. It's amazing how easy to use it is. It is amazing how fun it is. And it's also amazing that I have over 10 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Basketball is in full swing. We also have professional baseball getting started. College baseball is underway. Hockey's in the move. You got all sorts of things to play some daily fantasy sports. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become a part of the Prize Picks community today. In terms of some selections I'm rolling with, I actually went ahead and decided I'm going to go for some NFL season-long projections. I thought that this is a lot of fun, and it's a really cool thing that Prize Picks does. And I was like, you know what? F it. Jaden Daniels, I was a big fan of his. I think he's going to take a big step in year 2, and Commanders have a lot of money to spend. They are going to be good next year. Saquon Barkley, lot of mileage on the tires last year. Great season, no question about it, but I'm going with the less. And Mike Evans, I'm projecting the less because I'm going to project no 1,000-yard season for Mike Evans. He's going to break the streak. He should have broke it last year, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going with these picks. If you want to ride them, if you want to tail them, I don't really care what you do. Just make sure you do it with Prize Picks. It's the best way to win real money this season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into cash. Prize Picks is the best way to get sports action in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. Download Prize Picks today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Shout out to Prize Picks. Run your game. So I understand that the reports are that Derek Carr is likely going to be returning as your quarterback. I would still move on from him. I understand that the Saints believe they can compete. I understand that the Saints think that Derek Carr can help them win. But I can also sit here and tell you this. Derek Carr is the second quarterback in NFL history to start 169 games or more and never win a playoff game. Just saying. Here's what ESPN had to say. Carr is owed a fully guaranteed $10 million roster bonus and a non-guaranteed $30 million salary. The former is a sunk cost for the Saints, but the latter can and absolutely should be safe. Now, I still don't understand why the Saints are opting to keep Derek Carr, considering the fact that you're actually going to get a larger increase in the salary cap than what you initially expected. It's going to be anywhere from $277 to $281 million, which is a massive, massive boost, over $50 million in the past 2 years of an increase in the salary cap across the league, which means that it's that much easier to soften the blow when it comes to cutting Derek Carr. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But Mike Triplett, adding some context here, after talking with Mickey Loomis, Kellen Moore, it's clear that the Saints aren't planning on a reset. And I don't blame them for not wanting to reset, not blow everything up, trade and cut away everything. Like I understand that side of things. But I also will say, like, this was a great opportunity to do that. This was the prime chance to maybe make a difference, maybe have a new look. He expects, Mickey Loomis expects to be active in free agency. I still don't think that moves the needle enough for me. And you're going to have to put a lot of things around Derek Carr to succeed in New Orleans. But, getting back to the ESPN article, they predicted that Derek Carr actually is a post-June 1 cut, and he signs with the New York Jets. That's what ESPN put in that article around predicting all 32 starting quarterbacks. So ESPN's probably wrong on this. All signs are pointing that Derek Carr will be the starting quarterback. That's being said, ESPN thinks that he's headed up to the Jets. So, let's have a conversation. Where will Derek Carr play in 2025? It's pretty obvious. Seems like the Saints, but do you think the Colts are still an option? Do you think the Jets are feasible? Do you think the Giants or maybe one of these other QB needy teams? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I think it's going to be the Saints, despite the fact that I don't want it to be New Orleans. Totally. It's just going to be totally honest. So, coming up, we're going to discuss Justin Fields, because I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. ESPN is predicting the Saints quarterback next. I'm not going to tell you who it was. I'm going to let you use context clues on the screen to figure it out really quick. I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We go live every single week. We also go live anytime there's any sort of breaking news. This video was filmed as a part of our Wednesday live show every Wednesday around 4 p.m. Central Time. But we provide daily videos, sometimes multiple videos a day. And then on top of that, it's 100% free. So join the almost 42,000 members of our Golden Gang here. Lock us in for free Saints videos. If you're a diehard fan, this is the place to be. Thank you guys so much if you have subscribed. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? Hit that big red button. All right, ESPN, they predicted that the Saints signed Justin Fields to be their next starting quarterback. Again, I understand the fact that Derek Carr is likely going to be the quarterback. But the report is exactly that. It's likely. It's not set in stone. It's not locked down. It's not 100% guaranteed. It's likely. So here's what ESPN said. Assuming it can avoid paying that $30 million to Derek Carr, New Orleans ought to embrace a full rebuild, which means playing players with future upside. Fields and a rookie could make sense in that context. There's still a possibility Fields can kick his level of play up a notch, and if not, a mid-round rookie can get some run. My only hesitation is that even Fields might be too expensive for the Saints, given how rough their salary cap situation is. I would disagree with saying, it's either Justin Fields or some mid-round quarterback this year. Spencer Rattler's around. You're not going to move off of him in year 2. I understand he didn't show a lot. He showed flashes, showed moments, but he didn't put together an entire game. So it is a fact that Spencer Rattler needs to develop more. We've been saying that this entire time. Everyone who believes in Spencer Rattler has been saying that this entire time. And if you expect a rookie quarterback to go out there and look like prime Tom Brady, then I'm sorry, you're an idiot. This was a really good chance for the New Orleans Saints to have a new offense. You have a new offensive coordinator. You have a new head coach. You have all sorts of potential newness to this team. And unfortunately, that's not what we're getting. I just think that the Saints may have made a bad decision here. But if they don't opt to go with Derek Carr, I think Justin Fields is a good option. Kellen Moore could do really good things with Justin Fields, who's a mobile quarterback who can use his legs and, has some pretty good size, if I do say so myself. So, I think this is a conversation. I think this is one to still have until it is officially official, set in stone, pen to paper that Carr is the quarterback next year, we're still going to talk about it. So I'm just going to ask you this to round things out. Pick a QB for me. If you would rather Derek Carr start this year, type DC. If you'd rather it be Spencer Rattler, type SR. And if you'd rather it be Justin Fields, type JF. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's program. A little bit of a longer video. How long of that text? But what? 11? Okay, so not that long. You guys can get over it. 10, 11 minutes, not that bad. I gave you a lot of information in 10 minutes. I hope you guys have the rest of your day. Y'all stay golden. Booyah! Alrighty, mailbag, get them in. Hashtag Saints, super chat. I want to know your reactions to Derek Carr sticking around in New Orleans. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Derek Carr being the quarterback next year. I'll tell you right now, Tex, I want it to be explicitly clear. If somebody says an opinion, whether they're happy or sad about Derek Carr sticking around, they're definitely in the mailbag. They're definitely in it, okay? That's because I want to cater to the Saints fans. I want the Who Dat Nation to be able to say what they want to say, and I want them to be able to share it out to the over 41,000 people that tune into our show every single day. So there you go. Hayden, you got to ask a question if you want to use if you. One second.
Make sure to keep getting those questions in, by the way, using hashtag Saints.
Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, use hashtag Saints. Fat Blunt, that's not going to get you on either because you didn't use hashtag Saints. You use hashtag Space Saints. Very clearly says right there, hashtag Saints. Also, you didn't ask a question, so we gotta have a question in there, my friend. I'll tell you right now, if you do hashtag Space Saints, you don't get on the show. The software doesn't pull it. If you just put hashtag Saints, you're not getting on it because what am I supposed to react to? Hashtag Saints. It's like, okay, that is a football team. Next. Like, there's nothing there. James says, I don't want Derek Carr here. James, copy and paste that message with hashtag Saints, and we'll get it on the show. That Blunt, there you go. There you go. That's a great one. I appreciate that. All righty. What was your question there, Texter? Yes. Praise YJ, yes. Yes. Dark Knight. Yep. Both of those are good. Both. I would say those are the two that you should use. The CTM one, yeah, it doesn't make any sense there. Perfect. What the heck? My shit's being weird. Alrighty, get your questions in. Hashtag Saints. Better yet, send in the super chat. Okay. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Let's do it to it. Mailbag coming up. Get your questions in. James Warren. That writing out hash space tag space Saints doesn't get you on the show either. So, James, if you want to get on the show, it's very clearly right here. Hashtag Saints. All righty, let's dive into it. Mailbag coming up whenever we get the green light from Tex. Huh? All righty, cool. Let's rock and roll. By the way, if you have questions in the middle of it and you think of a new one, ask again. Like, the more questions you ask, the better chance you have to get on the show. I'll just go ahead and say that right now. Yeah. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. Mailbag coming up. Who Dat Nation, get your questions in. Welcome into our mailbag where we take questions from our subscribers every single Wednesday during our live shows. If you want to be a part of the mailbag next time, make sure you subscribe and you tune into the live show, or subscribe and then use hashtag Saints in the comments section, and I'll make sure we get you on the next one. Now, really quick, let's get you an updated look at our 2025 sub battle. We have taken the lead after an excellent week this past week. We have now crossed over 2,000 new subscribers in the year of 2025. Falcons today eating our dust once again. They need 165 to catch up. That means we have an 165 subscriber lead. So let's pile on and bury the baby brothers of the NFC South. Subscribe today if you're a real Saints fan. If you're not, YouTube won't let you subscribe. Just going to tell you that right now. All righty, praise YJ. Number 9 will go to help Derek Carr. Would you rather have Ashton Jeanty, T-Mac, or Tyler Warren? Of these three, I'm going to go Tetero and McMillan, the wide receiver out of Arizona. I love the idea of Tyler Warren. I like Ashton Jeanty. I think all of those would be great picks. My personal choice would be T-Mac at number 9. I think the more realistic one is Tyler Warren, though. Dark Knight sent in a couple super chats. I personally would like to pick up Kyle McCord in the NFL draft, but I wouldn't pick him up until maybe the 5th round. What is your opinion? Well, the Saints don't have a 5th round pick right now, so they'd have to trade into it, whether it's trading back or trading up. So they don't have a 5th round pick. In terms of Kyle McCord, sure, I guess. I'd rather have Jackson Dart, but for some reason it feels like he's going to be early day 2. I'm going to be honest, I don't love any of the quarterbacks in this draft outside of Shador and Cam, and you're not getting either of those two. You're not getting your quarterback of the future this year. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. Dark Knight, second question. I get the Derek Carr situation, and I guess it's fine. What's going to make me upset is if we keep Carr, and get rid of the legends. Yeah, look, I've seen reports out there that just because we're keeping Carr doesn't mean we're getting rid of the other guys. John Hendricks actually put out an article on Athlon Sports. It's a really, really insightful article. I highly encourage you to go read it. It basically laid out all of the outlooks for the futures of those veterans he listed. Cam Jordan, Taysom Hill, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu outlook is really good. Alvin Kamara, it's looking really, really good. So, I understand a lot of people aren't happy about Derek Carr, but, in terms of fan favorite people, at least looking positive in that route. Bring Arch to NOLA, hashtag the prophecy. I hate the Falcons, me too, but Kyle Pitts could be available this offseason, and we have a need at tight end. So I have seen this. I've seen a lot of it. It's kind of like just Twitter or NFL rooms type stuff, and I'm not going to sit here and say that there's no validity to it. But the Falcons, if they're trading, let me put it this way. If a team is trading a player inside the division, it's because they know that player is bad and they know that they're going to make that team worse. If they cut Kyle Pitts, sure, go get him. Probably won't happen. If they trade, they're not sending him to the Saints. No. 28-3, though. This is a funny one. Shout out to producer Tex for this one. Impossible challenge. Say something nice about the Falcons. I will start. Dear Falcons, I appreciate the fact that Cam Jordan sacked Matt Ryan more than any other quarterback throughout his career. I think that's hilarious. Your turn. Siku. What's going on, my friend? Do you think the Saints are going to draft Ashton Jeanty? So I do know that the Saints view tight end actually as a really big need this offseason. So whether they add that through the draft or free agency, that'll greatly impact what they do later on with other players, and also depends on how the board falls. So if it comes down between Ashton Jeanty, Tyler Warren, I think they're going to go Tyler Warren. But if it's Ashton Jeanty or Jahdae, is it Jahdae Barron? Yeah, Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of Texas. I think they go Ashton Jeanty. So I think Jeanty's is high on their list, but I think Tyler Warren is higher if you ask me. Judah, or at least that's kind of what I'm picking up. Saints re-sign Adebo, MVS, and Chase Young paired with a strong draft with Derek Carr healthy. Yeah, so I will tell you this. reports coming from Indianapolis are that the Saints are open to bringing back Paulson Adebo, and they're open to bringing back Chase Young, but they're not going to get in Kellen Moore's way. They're not going to get in terms of, or in the way of his new coaching staff of ultimately deciding whether or not they bring these players back. I do like the idea of bringing all of those players back to New Orleans. Keep Carr healthy, keep the roster healthy. Yeah, you can compete and win the NFC South. It's a bad division, so hopefully they can finally put it together. Bleed black and gold. Did you see the God, I hate this. I hate this entire conversation. Yes, I've seen it. No, it's not going to happen. If the Saints did that, it would be absolutely stupid. This is basically the same thing as us saying, oh, let's go get Justin Fields, and well, I mean, I guess the Justin Fields actually has some not legs, but sort of. It's like the Deadpool legs, where it's like they're still growing back. No. The Saints are not trading Chris Olave. And to be totally honest, the Saints would be stupid to trade Chris Olave. I'll ask you, though. Would you do it? I wouldn't. I think it would be a terrible idea, but you guys let me know. Trade or keep. What are you doing with Chris Olave this offseason if you're Mickey Loomis? What up, Blaze? How would you fix the Saints salary cap? So a few easy things. I would have cut Derek Carr. You save $30 million if you make him a post-June 1 cut. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to have to go likely with the restructure route. You save $30 million there. You restructure Eric McCoy. I believe that's another $5.5 million. And then Ryan Ramczyk retires. You already have his money off the books. He's on paper retired. I'm trying to think of what are the other moves. There's a couple other ones that I have it in a show, and we've talked about this before, Blaze. Give me actually 2 seconds. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Let me see here. Where is this? Okay. Yeah, Derek Carr restructure, you save $30 million. If Cam Jordan does retire, you save 11. That won't happen. Eric McCoy, if you restructure him, $6.7 million. So you can save money there. It's going to be hard to get cap compliant. You're not going to have a lot of money to spend, just FYI, but hey, they'll figure it out. Mere comment. What do you think about cutting Taysom Hill and hopefully Cam Jordan retiring so we could re-sign MVS and Chase Young? I don't think that those have to happen I don't think Taysom Hill has to get cut and Cam Jordan has to retire in order for MVS and Chase Young to come back, first off. Second off, reports from Indy are really positive around Taysom Hill. He wants to return to New Orleans. The Saints share that same sentiment. Cam Jordan, things are looking good. Kellen Moore really wants him to be a part of the team. He really values his leadership skills, and he thinks that he can be a contributor still. I would bring back MVS, and I would bring back Chase Young. Mr. Filmer is keeping Derek Carr away, trying to tank for Arch. People are talking. I have seen on Twitter, the Twitter streets do be saying, looks like we're tanking. Hashtag the prophecy. Go get Arch Manning. I mean, I don't think this is the Saints saying we're tanking. The Saints actually think they're still competing, but I mean, as a fan, we can interpret it that way. Hell yeah, why not? Whatever helps us sleep, right? All righty, Steve Gleason, Saints legend, by the way. If this is the real Steve Gleason, shout out to you. I seriously doubt it is. We don't have a lot of celebrities who tune into the show, unfortunately. New England might trade Joe Milton. The Saints should do it. I don't know, man. Look, I understand that he has a cannon and he can throw the ball as far as he wants. He's Uncle Rico throwing the ball over the mountains. He's mobile. I'll give you that. No. Like, unless you're giving up a seventh, no. Like, I have no interest in doing that. Maybe you can, I mean, shoot. If he's on the practice squad, just go sign him off the Patriots practice squad. That's what I would opt to do instead. Courtney, does Kellen bring in a new medical/trainer staff? So actually, Courtney, this is interesting you asked this. Indianapolis reports coming out of the combine that Kellen Moore and the New Orleans Saints, they're actually doing a lot of research and doing a lot of like investigating to try and figure out what caused all those injuries over the past few years and why the Saints have dealt with so many injuries. A lot of them is soft tissue, and even when Darren Rizzi took over, the soft tissue injuries were very minimal, actually. So it was really interesting to see change in that. So a lot of that is how you prep and things you do in terms of stretching and getting ready before games and stuff like that. So there is investigations going on internally from the Saints to figure out what the hell is going on. We'll see. Only time will tell if this is worth it or if the Saints are just a cursed team right now. Draco, say Carr is a post-June 1 cut. What direction would you like to see the Saints go when it comes to the QB1 position? I would like to see the Saints give Spencer Rattler an opportunity, and I would also like to see them potentially sign Justin Fields. I think that would be an excellent option. He's a mobile quarterback. He has abilities to use his legs. Not the best thrower of the football, but, some people think the jury's still out on that. I think you have to see what you got. Like, Spencer Rattler has upside. See what you got in him. He's not going to be perfect next year by any means, but for the record, it's going to take some time. But you got to see what you got in some of these guys. Keeping Carr around, you don't get to. All right. If the Saints got, last question, by the way, from Jaden. If the Saints got a combination of Abdul Carter. This is never good. That would mean you picked 1, 2, and 8. Jaden, I love you, dude. I don't mean to rain on your Mardi Gras parade, my friend. That ain't happening. How awesome would it be? It would go down as the greatest first-round draft in the history of ever. It would completely wipe away the negatives of the Ricky Williams trade that happened in, 99 or whatever. That's just not going to happen. I like the wishful thinking, though. Guys, if you want to be a part of the mailbag in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We go live every single Wednesday around 4:30 Central Time. So y'all stay golden. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh, yeah. All righty. Saints fans, we're going to set a 2-minute timer. If we don't get any super chats in the next 2 minutes, we are out of here. I got to reply to a couple messages. Alrighty. Steelers ain't trading Fields, bro. Mile High, you just outed yourself for not knowing ball. Justin Fields is a free agent. Mile High, Justin Fields is a free agent, so they don't have to trade him. They actually can't trade him. He's not under contract. But he also says Saints can tank for Arch. That is true. And he says you don't got to be a fan to show other team support. I will agree with him on that. For example, my dad, he grew up an Oilers fan. The Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee, and they are now the Tennessee Titans. So my dad's a Titans fan. So I don't really watch them, but if I have to root for an AFC team, I'm picking the Titans. They're terrible, and it's purely because my dad. That's purely because of him. I don't actually I think Nashville's awesome. I think the state of Tennessee is great. I love their uniforms. They have the possibility to have awesome uniforms too, and they're just not a good football team. I don't think you have to be a fan to like another team. You can only be a fan of one team. I'll tell you that. You can't be a fan of the Saints and you can't be a fan of the Ravens. That just doesn't exist. But you can be a fan of the Saints and you can like the Ravens. If that makes sense. You good. Carr is not our biggest problem. I would agree the biggest problem was the health issues and the coaching last year. They've already fixed the coaching staff, so hopefully that can get a little bit better. Carson Beck or Manning? Carson Beck sucks. Let me put it this way. Carson Beck lost to Jalen Milroe, and I don't think Jalen Milroe is that good. So what does that say about Carson Beck? Not much better. All righty, 10-second countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saints fans, I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Quinn Courtney, Draco, Jaden, Mile High, John, Ethan, Jerry G, every single person who made this live show a little bit of fun. Dark Knight especially, Saints Prods, Kyron, have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful evening in Who Dat Nation. We will see y'all next time. Y'all stay golden and at the buzzer. CTM keeps us live. Keeps us live. We'll stay live for another 60 seconds. We'll do 60 seconds. If we get a shot, once we get the super chat up, we'll start it. 60 seconds, and we'll keep it live. All righty, CTM. Whoop. Let me restart it. Boom. 60 seconds. If we get another shot clock, we stay. Or if we get another super chat, we stay. Not from Stillwater, just an Oklahoma State fan. Appreciate you as always. Hey, CTM, I appreciate you as well, my friend. If you ever hit up Stillwater, shoot me a DM. I'll get my brother to take you out for a beer or something, dude. Hit me up. Let me know. If you're 21. I want to make that sure. If you're 21. I'm not going to offer my brother to buy a beer to a minor. That would be stupid. CTM, I really appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. Queen Courtney keeping us live. We reset the shot clock. Reset. Jerry says, damn it, CTM. That's hilarious. Jaden says, Trace, if the Saints do not make the playoffs next season, what are you saying to Mickey Loomis? Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye, Mickey Loomis. That's what I'm saying to him. Queen Courtney, y'all know what to do. Get the crown emojis in the chat. Crown emojis in the chat. Courtney, I got some good news for you. I saw the polo. It looks so damn good, and it is in the shipping department's hands. It is going to be there as soon as possible. Just give it a little bit of time with the shipping. Full transparency, it just takes, we got to take everything out to the mail department. They got to send it out. It takes a couple days from there, and then, of course, the just business days that it takes, like, for mail, it'd just be like that. We're not Amazon 2-day shipping, unfortunately. But polo, it will be there very soon. I'm hoping in the next week. Fingers crossed. If it's not, I'm really sorry, but it is coming soon. I promise you it's coming soon. It's been too long. It's been a long time waiting. I just wanted to let you know that it's coming. I made sure to go get you a nice polo too. I wanted to make sure it was a nice little shirt. Fun fact, it's nicer than mine. It's nicer than my polo. I almost kept it, Courtney. I'm going to be honest. I almost kept it for myself, but I didn't. Alrighty. 60 seconds. Jaden says, Trace, can you say a funny joke? Yes, I got one. What's black and red and blows 25-point leads? The Atlanta Falcons. Knee slapper. God, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that is so funny. Alrighty, 20 seconds down. Queen Courtney knew what's up. Queen Courtney knows what's up. Zach, how you doing, my friend? We're just about to hop on out of here. 30 seconds remaining unless we get another super chat. I can never be happy about Carr, but need to move on after the season. Yep, I agree with you, Bayou. Jerry G, I hope you have a great day. Zach, who dat? Kyron saying, help me. What do you need help with, Kyron? Help me, help me. I'm okay with Carr coming back if the offensive line can protect him and we get a big body receiver. I agree. Trey Harris would be an awesome selection there. All righty, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mile High, thank you for tuning in. Of course, I'm going to read your comments if you're in the show, brother. You've been supporting us for quite a while, and you've always been a real one. You've always been nice to us, and I just got to say, I appreciate you for supporting me, man, so I'm going to be your homie as well. Saints fans, thank you so much for an awesome live show. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.